See what you got to say.
Hey, can you
What's up?
turn
How
towards
y'all
the
doing?
light? We can't see
I
your
gotta turn
face. Can you
towards the
turn?
right. Oh,
Yeah.
all right. Hold up. 1 second. Let me move around and because I gotta charge my phone. My phone was about to die.
Oh, okay.
All right. 1 second. Let me know if this a little better because I know if the light behind me that ain't going to be too
Yeah.
Right,
good.
it
Nah,
needs to
yeah.
be in your
Your
face.
face. Yeah.
That's a little better.
Um,
A little bit. If you could just face the light, that'll be perfect.
Yeah, is the way my setup is set up. It ain't really that.
Oh
that's
yeah, that's
better.
that's
Yeah,
good
That's
that's
right
much
better.
there.
better.
Yeah.
All right, bet.
All right.
I
So
might have to sit on the floor for this one. It's all good
Go
though.
ahead, so you can get
Yeah,
centered in the camera, so we
I'm
can
about to.
see it.
Oh yeah, I'm about to get Indian style and everything, real comfortable.
okay. All right. Well, can you just tell the people your name?
Yeah. They call me Issue. That's just a little name I got while I was outside, and it's stuck. You feel me?
Okay.
But still, like bro, that was just on grown man,
Wait,
got my stuff
wait, wait,
together.
wait, wait. Let us control it.
Oh, all right, go
we
ahead,
go
go
we
ahead.
gonna give you the flow, but before we get there, what city are you from?
I'm from Jersey too.
Okay.
okay.
Harlem is actually one of my best friends. Like I told him before, I'm the one that gassed him up to actually talk to y'all.
Okay,
Oh,
cool,
okay.
cool.
Yeah,
So you have any kids?
yeah, yes, I have. Whew, I got 4 kids.
Are you experiencing parental alienation or any baby mama drama?
Um, baby mama drama. I've actually gotten to the point where, um, like I'll go to court. I'll fight for my kids, and I've known Harlem since we were kids. So I was giving him the game from when I was going through it. So with my
Can't hear you.
Your mic.
can you hear me?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you back.
Yeah,
So you out of four.
somebody just
Oh,
called my
okay,
phone.
somebody called your phone. Out of
Yeah.
4 kids, before we dig there, how old are they?
My oldest just turned 12. Um, I have an 8-year-old, a 7-year-old. My son will be 5 in
How many
November.
different women?
Two different women.
Okay, so two
Two
and
different
two
women.
or
No, it's my oldest
three
is
and one?
with one. My oldest is with one, and then I had 3 with my second baby mom.
Okay. So which baby mama was giving you the issues?
I had issues with both of them. Really,
Okay.
me and my first baby mom, we're in a much better space now. We're able to co-parent. We're able to co-parent amicably. I think that's the right word that I'm trying to use.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're able to co-parent amicably. We have a good relationship as friends right now. Um, with the second one, it's a
Hold on
little
real
touch
quick.
and go.
Before you go to the second one, how did y'all get to that point?
Time, really, time and moving on and living life individually. Because when I went through it with my first baby mom, it was like when it got crazy. Um, I actually took her to court for joint custody. Like as soon as
Okay.
I heard you're not going to be around your kid, it was, oh no, we going to court because although I don't want to deal with you, we had this baby and this baby has my last name. I'm on a birth certificate. This is my responsibility.
So
So
do you think establishing that court order is how you all were able to get to the place y'all at? Because
uh,
without it,
par-
who knows where you
partially,
would be?
partially, and I say partially because establishing that court order, I was able to keep a relationship with my child. Yeah, Delnita's the first one. So,
That's your baby
um,
mama.
yeah, that's
You
my baby mom.
she
We both is
don't
watching because,
be
like I
mad if
said,
we have to
that's my
have her
baby.
come up after you and
No, she can
confirm
she can
some of
come
this
up.
stuff.
Yeah, why you better not
She
be
can
on
come
here
up. We
lying,
good.
man.
Nah.
No.
There's no lying, only honesty. I
No,
walk in my
okay.
truth. So, it was partially because with the first one. The court order kind of helped partially because I was able to build a relationship with my child. And then life be lifing. So I had my other three kids. She was in a relationship, got married, had another child, and all of that. And we were able to see that to each other, we wasn't that bad to each other. So when we came back around, because like I'm talking, we had restraining orders on each other. Like
Wow.
no talk, no communication for
No
10
contact.
years. Yeah, no
We know.
contact for over 10
That's
years.
parallel parenting.
Exactly, parallel parenting. That's a perfect term. I love that. But it was parallel parenting for 10 years. I didn't know what was going on at her house. She didn't know what was going on at my house. But I knew Thursday to Sunday, I have my daughter. So from Thursday to Sunday, just like Harlem said, he was outside. He was a Rolling Stone. That's really like my brother. So we are one and the same. I was outside. I was a Rolling Stone. But from Thursday to
So
Sunday,
I'm
when I
assuming you was the reason why y'all wasn't together, right?
definitely, yeah,
Oh,
definitely.
Okay.
okay.
I
All
was I was the
Okay.
reason why we
Because
wasn't
we
together.
probably gonna have they'll need to come up and just give we gotta ask her some questions because not to cut you off,
Mhm.
but this is rare. Like y'all are rare for us because in this what we do and what we see and it's never really a happy ending.
Nah,
It's never
never.
really getting to this point. So y'all got one in
Yeah,
the
y'all
books for
beat the
us to
odds with
witness.
that.
For real.
Right,
Like we
and
gonna be
it took
mentioning y'all name to people because this is what how it should be. And I hate that y'all
exactly.
had to go through those growing pains, but at least y'all got there for y'all baby, and
I
that's
don't I
all
don't
that
hate
matters.
I don't hate that we had to go through the growing pains because it like that's a learning experience. It's no such thing as a loss. It's only a lesson. It's only a loss if you don't learn your lesson. So we had to go through that so that we could be able to grow and be able to get to the point that we are
Somebody calling you
Hey,
again.
you gonna have to put your phone
Is
on
you
do
still
not
a Rolling
disturb.
Stone? Cause you better park it if you want to finish this interview. They'll need you as soon as he finished. If you got time,
That was
click
Har.
that
That
link.
was Harlem calling me. That was Harlem calling me.
Oh,
So
okay.
You
right.
gotta put your
Tell
phone on do
tell
not
Harlem to
disturb.
join the
That's what I'm
live
doing
so
right
he can
now.
come top in
Hold
the
up.
comments.
Wait 1 second. That's what I'm doing now. I'm putting my phone on D&D. All right. So where was I at? I apologize. Yeah, like my phone blowing
You
up.
was just saying. So what I meant by I hate y'all had to go through that. Not the basis of having growing
Okay.
pains. You're right. We
Okay.
all
Now
need them.
now
I'm
I
just
remember.
saying the
Now I
back the
remember.
when it got real bad.
Right.
I
It
wouldn't want
got
that for
real.
nobody.
It got real bad when I was outside and I was being cruddy. Yeah, I was trying like bro was saying earlier. I was trying to be a player. And it took for me to grow and go through that situation to realize like yo that's making life that's making life harder for me right now because at the end of the day men deal with logic and women deal with their feelings and emotions. When men feel some type of way, they just feel some type of way, but they still have to go through the motions of daily life. When women feel some type of way, it kind of shut down their emotions of daily life. And
Yeah.
we see that when it comes to co-parenting, because if you hurt a woman and you have a kid with that woman, but you want nothing to do with that woman, but you still want to be a parent, she's gonna make you jump through hoops to be a parent. Now it's our responsibility to jump through those hoops. What I was saying in the comments was, why do we have to jump through those hoops to be a parent? And that's where the system comes into play because the system is more geared towards the women.
It
So,
definitely is.
to just give you an example, with my second baby mom, we were both living in New Jersey around COVID time. We broke up. Like I broke up with her, but I'm still a parent at the end of the day. Before we broke up, we were living together. Like we was living together 4 or 5 years. I'm with my kids day in, day out. Now we break up. I move back to my mom's house just to get out of that house, get back on my feet and everything like that. And tax time comes around. Since we were living together, my baby mom used to do my taxes, and we had a joint bank account. So
Mm.
when my taxes hit, right before my taxes hit, she asked me for like $200. And I'm like, yo, I don't got it right now, but I'm waiting on this money to hit my account. I'll hit you when this money hits my account.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when the money hits my account, since we had a joint bank account, she stole like $2,500 from me and moved to North Carolina. You feel
Wow.
And
me?
took all
And,
3 of the
and
kids.
took all three of the kids.
So
So
so at
and
that
then
point, did you go to the courts and file?
not yet, because before that, just like Arlen was talking about, when you have a record or you've been in court before, you kind of look down, like they kind of look down their nose at you. So at the time, now don't get me wrong, I'm not a woman beater. I don't put my hands on women. I don't I don't do that. I don't respect that. I don't respect men who do that. None of that. But at the time, I'm fighting 2 domestic violence cases with that baby mom. And mind you, I don't put my hands on women. It was
So
just
wait.
things get heated, the police get called, and
So
usually the men get
wait.
arrested.
Issue. Wait. She took the money, ran, fled the state, right?
Uh-huh.
Was
And I
the
didn't take her
domestic
to court.
violence was the issue because of the money issue? The domestic
No,
violence
it was
issue?
the nah. The domestic violence issue was before that. So when she took the money and fled the state, it was she was able to get help because of the domestic violence issue.
But how did she have that on you and y'all was it was an order of protection, or you just had something where she called the police before or something?
Nah, it was just something where she called the police, and when the
You
police got
followed
there,
her?
I didn't
You
follow her, nothing. All right, so the second time I got arrested for the first time I got arrested for domestic violence, we were staying at my mother's house. Nah, I didn't follow her down either. We wasn't talking at that time, so you don't know. So the first time I got arrested for
let
domestic
me take her
violence,
doing because I don't want to start no.
Yeah,
Y'all doing a good job.
y'all
nah.
good.
We ain't gonna argue or nothing. We communicate. We
Oh,
communicate. And we talk.
I'm
Okay.
just
You
messing
feel
with
me? Like
y'all,
we
man.
listen to each other. So the first time I got arrested for domestic violence, me and my baby mom get into an argument around the corner from our mom's house. We were staying there temporarily while our apartment was being renovated. So we get into an argument. She goes to bite me, and when you hear it, sounds like something out of a movie. Like if it was in a movie, we would be laughing at this shit. But since it's real life, it's serious. So we're fighting over car keys, right? I'm walking to the store to get my kids chips. She happens to be pulling up to the house and sees me walking to the store to get the kids chips. Pulls over and she asked me for something, but she's driving my car. So she's driving my car, but I have her car keys. So she asked me for her car keys. And when I give them to her and I'm asking for my car keys, she doesn't want to give them to me. So I go to snatch them. When I go to snatch them, she grabbed me by
She
my hair.
Mike Tyson you.
She grabbed me by my hair.
Man, that
No,
ain't fun.
Pete Gang, listen. She grabs me by my hair
We
and
don't
pulls me
condone
into the car.
domestic violence,
Right.
but
This is kind of a domestic violence situation, but more so is me defending myself in this situation. She pulls me in the car. When she pulled me in the car, we're fighting over the keys. Not fighting, hitting each other, but like we struggling over the keys. Like I'm pulling them, she pulling them. And she goes to bite me, and I go, "Hey, yo, you trying to bite me? You know how I feel to get bit?" And I bit her on her shoulder,
so
back here.
y'all that's in the
Back,
damn car biting each other.
no, I bit her. I bit her. So I'm wrong in this situation. I bit her on her shoulder. Like, yo,
That
you trying to bite me?
is still considered,
It's considered
Please,
domestic
domestic
please
violence.
don't tell me the
Look,
kids was around.
no, nah. It
Okay.
wasn't around. It was just me and her. I bit her
Okay.
on her shoulder back here.
Y'all
You
on
feel
some
me?
damn silence of the
So,
lambs type shit up in
right,
there.
nah, and I'm not that type of person. Like, I'm not a violent person. I'm not an angry person. I'm not like I can control
Okay,
my temper. I can talk.
let's get
All
past
right.
this point
So
because we don't
anyway,
want this to be the
right.
highlight
Anyway,
of.
exactly. So anyway, moving forward,
She
I end up
fled. She fled.
no,
She
yeah, she fled. She fled. She goes to North Carolina. Now, I went through the court procedure already with my first baby mom, so I don't want to do this again. So
Yeah,
it's
I can
like,
imagine.
and
yo, you know
and
what? So I
wait,
say to
was she
her,
there for over 6 months? Did you have to do it in North Carolina? Did she stay there,
no,
or
no,
was that
no,
just
no,
a
no, 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 no. This was out of the blue. So it's like when she goes to North Carolina, I tell her like, yo, I really don't agree with you going, But at the same time, if you feel like this is the best thing that you need to do for you to be the best mother that you can be, go ahead. Like, you got my blessing. At first, I'm like, but we have a son, and that's a house full of women. So just give me my son, and you feel me? I don't want my daughters to be down there too, but like, give me my son. I'll raise my son. Like, that's taking some of the load off of
Yeah.
the mom. You feel
Yeah.
me? And still respecting her decision to leave.
So she
She
has
wasn't.
family there? Because I'm trying to think, was this
Yeah,
planned for a while
her mother and her brother was down there. To me,
or?
it
Okay.
wasn't planned for a while. Like, while we were together, we were talking about moving to Arizona. So her moving to North Carolina was
Out
out
the
the
blue.
blue.
Okay.
That shit was out the blue.
So y'all were trying to work out how y'all gonna get the, split the kids up so that it's work
No,
out. And she did
at this time, she not even trying to work out how to split the kids up. This is me saying how to split the
just give me
kids
my
up.
son. Right.
Right. Like, you can't raise a man as a woman. You feel me? Like, you don't know when he wake up, and excuse my language, but when he wake up and his little penis hard, you don't know what to tell him.
True.
You feel me?
So did she start alienating them?
Um, no, I always had contact with my children, but the fact that the fact that I was
But
living in New Jersey,
parental alienation
It's
is
not just them
not
keeping it
just
away.
them keeping it away, keeping the
The kids
kids
away.
away. It's also them psychologically damaging them to make them not like you.
now, um, I feel like if she had the power to do that, she would. But the fact that I was in my children's lives make that a little
It
harder
just didn't
to
work.
do. Right? Yeah, it just didn't work.
But do you
But
know of any instances like that she badmouthed you to them? Because it's
what
still
I
parental
what I
alienation,
know
whether
of,
it took or
what I
not.
know
She
of,
still
what I know of is that my kids are aware that certain things trigger mommy. So
mm,
all right, so my kids have a relationship with my first baby mom because that's their sister's mom. So it's not no bonus mommy, it's not step mommy, it's not nothing like that. Like, no, this is Leah's mom. And Leah's mom is around because that's Leah's mom. So she gonna look out for y'all like she look out for Leah because y'all are
exactly.
her siblings. So um the fact that that happened, it's like she don't like that.
She didn't like that.
Yeah, she don't like that because what I will say is when it comes down to quote unquote I'm doing air quotes, I don't know if y'all can see me. When it comes down to quote unquote step mommy, step daddy type of thing, it's usually women that push that narrative. You feel me? With
Which
men,
narrative?
the step parent narrative, like to build, to rebuild and recreate a new family because you're not with the
Oh,
father.
you're saying
Whether
like, so in so many words, you're saying that the bitter baby mamas love them stepdaddies and they'll force that situation, but they
right,
don't
but
like it when the father
when
of their
it's another
children move
woman,
on with another
when it's
woman.
another, not even
And
move
that's a
on with
stepmom.
another, not even move on with another woman, when it's another woman
Woman fit
that
right.
cares
It's
for their children,
kids, exactly.
that their
That could
children
possibly
show a
show their
liking
kids
to.
something better.
Right, that their children show a liking to. Not even that the kid that they can show the kids better, that they just maybe the kids just like being around this woman.
Exactly.
You know what I
No,
mean?
you're
And
absolutely right. We
and
totally
I'm
agree with you that the women push that. That's yeah, we agree.
right, and they'll push it for a new man situation. But if it's a new woman, oh, now I don't want that bitch around my kids. Excuse my language,
Facts.
but no, I don't want that bitch around my kids. But if you get a new boyfriend, you expect
It's
this new
okay.
boyfriend to be stepdaddy, right? And with me, like, I'm really an open person. I'm really a like a real open spirit. I want everybody to be happy. Like, I don't like negativity at all. So I push my second baby mom to move on. I push my first baby mom to move on. Like, and find somebody who actually cares for you, love you, and things like that. Hopefully, y'all can build a future. And as long as they respect my children, I'm cool with it. But if my children are in danger or they don't respect my kid or they give off a vibe like, oh, that ain't my kid, I ain't doing nothing for them, then nah, I don't even want y'all around my
Okay,
kid.
so
You can do what you do.
let's get back on the court thing. So
Okay.
she leave, she you gotta take her to court.
All
Why?
right, now fast forward because this is years after she leaves. So first she leaves, and then really just me be trying to be a good dad, and the fact that I've been around my kids since they were born, number one, and number two, I was going through this during COVID. So like the world is shut down. We don't know what's going on. You need masks and gloves and stuff to go to the corner store. You feel me? So since we don't know what's going on, I went down to visit a couple times, and then when they shut the world down again after my second visit, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna just stay because these are my younger children. At the time, my oldest child was a little older, and I felt like, and truthfully, I was probably wrong at the time because my daughter was probably 7 or 8
The
when
oldest?
yeah, my oldest was
So
probably
you said
7.
you stayed down there in North Carolina through
Yeah,
COVID.
yeah, I stayed down there in North Carolina through COVID. I actually moved to North Carolina for 3 years to be around my kids. Um, with the start of it being at COVID, with us not knowing what's going on, I feel like, yo, let me be around my babies. And that kind of neglected my older daughter.
I was
But at
just
the
about to
same,
ask, how was that
but
for
at
her?
right, like so she went through it because dad's no longer there. But like
Yeah.
to my blessing, while I was in North Carolina, my mom would still get my daughter on the days that I was supposed to have my daughter in New Jersey. So she still had both sides of the spectrum. It
Yeah.
was just that dad wasn't physically there, but I would still FaceTime my daughter all the time. I still had a relationship with my daughter. It was
Right.
just that I wasn't there physically. And that was kind of to my detriment at the time because like she's a kid. She's going to go through this and like she's used to dad being there, and now dad lives in North Carolina. He don't live in New Jersey no more. You feel me? You see, she just said and left the oldest. So that's what that
We
was.
know that that probably was a rough patch for y'all. Her too,
It,
you know.
right. But at the time, me and Delnita aren't talking. Like me and I wasn't supposed to say her name, but I said her name because she in the comments and then say her name. So at the time, me and her weren't talking. So I don't know how she feel about that situation. Know what I
Have
mean?
y'all
Like,
ever talked about it?
yeah, we've talked about it since
Okay.
then. Like since I've
Okay.
come back and things like that. We've talked about it since then. But at the time, we're not having any communication. But I know that my mom give my daughter Thursday to Sunday. I'm down there with my younger kids and things like that. So one thing leads to another, and while I'm down there, things go bad again. And since I've gone through that situation already with that baby mom, I left. Like
Okay.
I left. I didn't want to leave my kids, but I feel like me leaving was for the betterment of my kids. So when I left with nothing. Like I left with 4 pairs of socks, 4 pairs of boxers, and the clothes on my back. That's it. And when I came up here, like Delnita was helping me. I didn't tell her my situation, but she could sense something was off. Yo, that's not the same dude I had a baby with. Like something wrong. So
Yeah.
then when she said that, this is really the first conversation that we're having in 10 years. And I
Mm.
told her what was going on with me and what was really happening. And she helped me from there. Like she helped me get back on my feet. So
Now,
like
was she married yet?
no, she was married, and then like her situation is her situation. I really don't want to speak on her
No,
situation.
I'm
She was
saying like, so how
she
did
wasn't
that?
married
How,
at the
That
time.
didn't cause riffraff in her personal life trying to
No,
be there for
no,
you, right?
no.
Okay.
Yeah, like that situation
I
is
mean,
over.
they'll need to sound like good people to us, other than the
Yeah,
fact that in
she
the
real
beginning
good
she
people.
tried to alienate your baby, but
Right.
she
she
But she
did
grew
had to
up.
right,
grow
right.
up.
She grew
We
up.
had to go through that so that she could so
Right.
that
That's why I said now
not
she
only she could grow up, but I can grow up as well. Like we both
Hmm.
had to grow up. Like if we both didn't grow up and go through what we went through apart, we probably wouldn't be as cool as we are now.
yeah.
You feel me?
That's yeah, she good. She good with us.
So
So
what
you go down there, you going through it. She help you get to court.
No, wait. We didn't even get to court yet. So
Mm.
when I come back to Jersey, now I'm fighting to try to see my kids. So now I finally get her to agree to send my kids up to me for spring break, right? So I got my kids for spring break, and I'm trying to reach out to figure out like, yo, when are you coming to pick them up? Because spring break is only a week. Like they got to go back to school. You feel me? I ended up having my kids for a month, and when I'm calling trying to see like, hey yo, when are you coming to pick them up? On the phone, she's like, I'm not coming to get them, keep them. So when she said that, I'm like, all right, bet. So I go to family court to do what I got to do to take the proper steps to get custody of my children. But family court is giving me the runaround. You feel me? And then when it comes down to it, um, and I had a black judge too. When I went to family court after I filed all the paperwork and all of that. I had a black judge, and I could see the pain in this judge's eyes because I know that he's looking at the situation like off of face value. So he see that I'm in there, and as you can see, like I got tattoos in my face and all types of stuff. So I don't want to be in court. You feel me? So it's like the judge is looking at me like, yo, you really don't want to be here, but you really took these steps. So what you're saying is 9 times out of 10 true.
Mm.
So when he asked my baby mom, he asked her, did you tell him to keep the kids? And she said no. And then he seen my reaction because I didn't say anything. But your face talk even when your mouth don't say anything. So when he
Right.
seen my reaction, I could see the pain in his eyes, and he says to me, I'm sorry, but at the end of the day, the kids live in North Carolina. So you would have to go to North Carolina to fight this case. Like
Mm.
You
this is
would.
not in my this is not in my jurisdiction.
Yeah,
You
because
have to go to
they
North
been there
Carolina.
too
They've been there
long.
too long, yeah.
Right, but they were with me for. I was only supposed to have them for a week, so that happened.
But you know, it's that
Yeah,
6 month time thing that determines
yeah,
residency. So
right. I know, and I know that. But at the same time, it's like just like Harlem. She seen me go through it when I was going through it with my first baby mom. Like I'm crying in her bed because my first baby mom won't let me see my daughter. And now to turn around 10 years later and you doing the same thing, it's like when men don't want to be with the woman but still want to be a father. And like Harlem said, you got to jump through hoops of fire to do it. And it's like,
only
yo, why do we
only
have to
if
fight?
only if that woman doesn't want that man will she not give him a hard time. Because it go
Yeah,
both ways,
it,
So
it go both ways. But
yeah.
then at the same time, you also have people who didn't grow up in, like, I come from a two-parent household. You feel me? Like I know about family structure. I know about love. I seen my father love on my mother, and I've never seen them fight before. Like, of course, you see arguments and stuff like that, but I've never seen my father put hands on my mother. Like none of that. So with me, from my perspective, living in a toxic situation with a woman when there's kids involved, I don't want my kids to see this shit. So rather than my kids have
Especially
to go
not that
through it,
bite.
exactly, right,
Right.
right. So,
WWE and each other. What the hell?
right, cause Stone Cold said so.
Okay.
You feel me?
What the
So
rock is cooking? A damn
right.
bite.
Man.
So I don't want my kids to grow up in that type of environment and feel like that is okay and that's how things are supposed to go. So I'll remove myself from the situation. But I'm expecting, hey, yo, just be an adult. I don't want to deal with you, but you know for a fact that I'm going to fight for my kids and I want to be there for my kids.
So what
Why do you
happened
have to make it harder?
besides, the obstacles with the court? What happened? Did you ultimately get a court order to lead to where you are
Um,
today, or?
all right, so what happened? Like I'm gonna just wrap it up and I'm gonna get to the end. So what happened was, I don't know, for some reason she felt like I was trying to sabotage the relationship that she was trying to build with her next person, and I really wasn't. Like
What that
I
have to do with the
really
kids?
look. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. So
Man.
I really ain't care. I want to be a parent. I don't care what you got going on. So what it came down to was um, she ended up making a parenting agreement. You feel me? For the both of us. She wrote it up and I read it. I let my mother read it. I sent it to Delnita. I let her read it. Like just so I can get more than one aspect of it to just to make sure like, hey yo, she not trying to get over on me. So after I read it, I felt comfortable with it, and I'm like, all right, I'll sign this. So the parenting agreement, I get my kids for the summer. I get my kids for Thanksgiving break. She get them for Christmas. I
So
get
it's
them
not really
for
like a court order.
no. It
Is it
had to,
legal?
yeah, it's legal. It's legal
Okay.
because she wrote up the parenting agreement. She took it
And
to
because it was to her terms and it worked out for you, you agreed. It hasn't been
right.
any problems since you guys started.
Uh, um, there's been
Um.
conflict. There's been conflict of interest. But as
Okay.
far as me getting my kid when I mean, getting my kids when I'm supposed to get my kids, I get my kids when I'm supposed to get my kids. Do I feel like she's really holding up and believes in this agreement? No. But at the
Okay.
same token, the fact that you wrote this agreement up and you took it to the courts, and now I had to agree to it and get it notarized and send it back and things like that, and I feel like, okay, this is fair. It's like, all right, it's been cool. You feel me? But at the same token, it's like it's still little games that be played where you can see that um you kind of using these kids as a pawn
Right.
to
Yeah.
play, and I don't understand that aspect of the game. Like at the end of the day, I feel like, and these are my personal feelings. Like I'm not saying that this is how every woman feels. This is my personal feelings. I feel like a lot of women um use kids when they feel like they can't get through to a man. If you can't get through to me and you thing that can hurt my feelings is my children, that's what you're going to use. So you're going to play little games so that um I can't see my kids when I want to see my kids, or I can't talk to my kids when I want to talk to my kids. You know that that's what's gonna get to me. So that's what you're going to do. You're going to make me jump through the hoops to see my kids because you know that that's going to hurt my feelings because nothing you say is going to work.
It's
Nothing
working,
you do
right?
is going to work. And I feel like that's the unfair part. Like I feel like that's one of the unfair parts of this shit, as
Okay.
well as the system, because the system, off the rip, the system is not designed for. But when it comes down to a family structure and children, the system is definitely not designed for black men. They are going to go on the side of the
Well,
woman.
from what we hear, men, period,
Yeah,
not just
man.
black men.
Period. Yeah.
Like we, of course, we
I
know
actually seen
we
that on
are
y'all page.
minority.
I actually seen that on y'all page. I've seen a lot of white and
Yeah,
Spanish men
yeah.
on
It's
y'all
men,
page
period.
telling their
The system
stories.
is
Yeah.
set up to
And
protect women.
and all around the world, man.
When it comes to family law. Now, I can't talk about other areas because women, are victimized in other ways in the legal system, but we won't talk about that because that's irrelevant.
Right.
But yeah,
Yeah.
you was in the comments pretty strong, so we had to have you come up. Now, I just only got one more question before we let you go because you are like a great example on both ends, right? You've experienced fighting, going to
Mhm.
court, getting the documents. You've experienced not getting it working out in your favor. You a good dad, an
And
active
working out in my
dad.
favor. Both, like I've gone through the ringer, and like honestly, like with this situation, I'm kind of down on myself because I feel like I could have fought harder with this situation, but it was like
So
you really don't want to.
what would you say to that? Because kind of in the comments, you sounded a little bit like the devil's advocate a little bit. Like, but I know you probably was just giving your take on how the system is towards men and how, but it kind of sounded kind of like you was making excuses for Harlem at first to me until I started seeing more of your comments. So for
Mhm.
men that are watching that maybe experience what you've already been through, what would you say to them?
Um, that is hard, and you don't want to, but bro, go to court. Go to court, because at the end of the day, you when you go to court, it shows that you want to be there. And as long as you're on that birth certificate, you have rights. You feel me? And then at the
That's
end of the
it.
day, if you and the parent can't come to an agreement, the court's going to come to an agreement for y'all. But the fact that you showing that you want to be there in that child's life, they'll make sure that you in that child's life. And I've been a parent for 12 years. I've never been on child support.
Harlem said he going, so we appreciate y'all. It's just a great feeling to know that we do have men that are
Mm-hmm.
willing to do exactly what we spoke on. Before we let you go, I
Hold on,
just
wait,
want to
wait, wait.
know.
Wait. Before you say that, let me just say this because you kept saying this while Harlem was on camera. Bro is not a deadbeat. Like he's definitely not a
Oh,
deadbeat.
I
He can't.
listen.
And
Yeah.
I
I'm
know
just
that
saying
you. I
what
know
I
that
know.
you weren't saying
Society.
that.
Look, I'm the woman on this platform, right?
Right.
So I'm coming with the real
What it's gonna
angle of
look
how
like.
women
What
gonna
it look
come. So
like.
I wanted to
Right.
give him that to get his
But
response
but
and his
not
reaction.
Right.
but
Yeah,
not
no,
even
Cause
I
women.
know
I
that.
know
I know
Society.
that. I just wanna speak on his
you
behalf
wanna,
because I know him
yeah,
personally. He's not a deadbeat. He be
fair
around his
enough.
kids. When he said that he his second child, when he was like, yeah, I used to have people go pick him up, he was talking about me. So I went and picked up his son for him, and his son was at my house, and he came and got his son for me. So he not a
Well,
deadbeat.
that's
He
good.
really be
Y'all
trying to
really
be
was
there,
the
and
dynamic duo because we don't
right,
hear
we
cases
hold each
like this
other
never
accountable.
ever at all.
We hold each other accountable as men. We're real big on integrity, loyalty, character, morality. Like we big on that. We hold ourselves to that standard. And oh, did my phone die? Oh, I thought my phone died. My
So
bad.
I just wanted to know before we let you go.
Yeah,
You
now we
Danita
hold we
had
hold ourselves to that standard. So like we hold ourselves accountable. If he was on some
look,
deadbeat,
Danita had got divorced and you had broke up with your second baby mom. So why y'all didn't get back together?
what you mean? We around each other all the time. I was just with Downita earlier. Yeah, it's real. Like she got my daughter right now. She doing her hair.
Okay.
Yeah, we are in a very good
I don't know,
state.
y'all cool, but y'all kind of look
Now
a
we
little
cool, we
too
cool,
cool.
we cooler than cool. We just not putting no. I feel like titles mess things up. So I'm more so on the. I'm more so on the stance of um, hey, yo, trust my word, and I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna keep it honest, whether you like it
Hmm.
or not. So, and that's where we at. That's where we at. Like at the end of the
Yeah,
day, I'ma
that's
always
cool.
make sure
That's
that she.
cool. We
At the
It
end of
ain't
the
nothing
day,
but respect and love from this platform, and that's we
right. At the end of the day, I'ma always make sure that she good. Just like she made sure
that
that I was
that's
good when I was in a
that's
bad
fair
position.
enough. That's
Yeah,
fair enough.
that's it. That's all.
All right,
But
But
appreciate you.
thank you so much for
We got
for
our we
sharing
got
your
our we got
story.
our issue.
We got
right.
it. Thank you
Uh,
so much. But
uh, and I
we
love
got to
and I
talk to
love what y'all
Delnita.
doing. I love what y'all doing. I'm actually the person that shared y'all page to her.
Oh,
So the
okay.
reason why he
Okay.
know about y'all is because of me.
Well, thank you.
Appreciate that.
Thank you. You a good best friend. You a good
Right,
godfather,
as I
all that
should
good
be.
stuff.
I'm
Cause
a
you
stand
better
up
make
guy.
sure he go to court and get his rights and get his son like you did.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
All right.
One woman for one man. That's another story. Come on down, Nita. We finna come on up. Click that link. Cause we gonna talk about this. See you later.